And as I say, Capcom are just as guilty as anyone in that. But in recent years, they've had their redemption arc, where they've been making games we've been asking for.
I was about to say, because like the Capcom of like it's again it's funny we should be talking about it here with watching Devil May Cry, because like they got the remake so egregiously wrong, and then when they realized like they actually did, I'm sure they did like market analysis as to why it went wrong and why like they gave it the wrong team, but it was the simple fact that like it did actually get back to it.
Yeah, I can actually give you the reasoning for that. So when Devil May Cry 4 launched, it sold about 2 million copies, which is phenomenally successful for a hack and slash game. So this genre was niche at the time.
Yes.
But they were looking at other games, comparable games selling in the West, like Call of Duty. And they were surprised they didn't hit Call of Duty numbers. And that's what they measured Devil May Cry against. They measured it as a failure based on that.
Yeah.
So they thought, give it to a Western developer. They can make the numbers go up. And you know what they did? They managed to lose a quarter of their fan base, or rather drop down to a quarter of the sales. They've never officially released the sales figures for DMC Devil May Cry because it's so bad.
Really? That's not.
Yeah,
that's always a dead giveaway that something's gone wrong.
When the HD port launched, it outsold the Devil May Cry collection. The Devil May Cry HD collection outsold DMC. Just based on fans saying, look, we want more Devil May Cry.
Yeah.
I
like that. I like that as a notion, because like that is just like you're kind of playing Capcom at the wrong game, where they're so obsessed with numbers and thinking like, well, how come this hasn't worked? But then you literally just say like, they kind of threw a bone to you and said, oh, we're gonna like give you a HD brush up of the first 3 games, and then literally,
well, your games are still there.
Yeah,
our games are still there, and we are still playing them. You've just reminded us that we don't need your piece of shit.
Yeah, but that's what the fact, like, because you've outsold the game that you try to kind of like reboot the series with. That is like the clearest sign you could possibly give a company like that they went that they got wrong. Because you know yourself, like, these big companies, they don't necessarily have gaming people involved. They have marketers, they have like business people involved. Like your EA and Ubisoft, they just go by the numbers.
Oh, yeah.
So if something sells, they do more of it. If it doesn't, they stop. It's as simple as that, you know. So in a sense, it's a great thing.
Devil trigger to get through the. Sorry, I don't want to cut it off, but we have to talk about the screen. This puzzle pisses me off.
Oh, I hated this level with a passion.
Like, you kind of need to go through it a couple of times to learn it.
Well, it's actually not this part that annoyed me. It's the next section.
Yeah.
You probably know what I'm talking about here, but yeah, it really annoyed me to no end.
Anyway, do you want to keep ranting about Ubisoft, or will we move on?
Sure. Well, my final point there was that like myself, me and you have kind of like a mutual agreement about Capcom, because for the longest time they did nothing with the Ace Attorney series, between I think it was 4 and 5. So there's a big furore in the Ace Attorney fan base, because Apollo Justice was a really fun game and really well done, and like the Ace Attorney games are niche. Like there's no getting around that. It's not going to be a big fucking seller. But what it does have is a very dedicated core fan base that everyone will sit down and play the games and we all love unconditionally. And again, the trouble with having a niche game like that is that you're always going to be like restricted by your sales. So when they did like have this kind of weird notion of like, well, we put so much effort into Ace Attorney 4, we were expecting more people to be drawn in. It's like, well, no, you're kind of making the same game over and over. But that's what the people want. They want like a slight change on a well-established formula. So when they were doing the Miles Edgeworth games, they made a decision to basically stop porting them to the West. They decided to just make them Japanese only. So the second Miles Edgeworth game was just a Japan release by itself, and that was a damn shame, because like that's arguably one of the best Ace Attorney games ever made, and only a very significant percentage of the fan base have never played it. It took me to get an English port of the ROM to actually play the game and go, holy shit, everyone's right about this. This is one of the best Ace Attorney games ever.
There's no legal way to play it, as it were.
Yeah, precisely. And you feel like such a shitter then not supporting that franchise. But because like Capcom never gave you a chance in the West to support it, then what could you do? Your arms are tied. But they did see the light eventually with Ace Attorney 5 when they saw that the 3DS was doing so well, and they saw the likes of the games like Professor Layton and like games like that, and having a real great future on the game and on the console.
And the fact that they've managed to get their piracy on curve.
Yes, that was a big thing of it too. Yes, definitely. And well, Ace Attorney was a massive problem. But now that because like they had
it took how many years for them to be cracked?
Oh Christ!
I mean, it's still not properly cracked. You can't properly emulate a 3DS that we know from trying to emulate our own games to record them only.
Oh, totally, yeah. Like with the I'm sure there is an emulator for 3DS, but you're missing out on a lot of the mechanics,
the necessities. Yeah.
Yes. So there's no stereoscopic 3D or anything like that. You're just kind of like, in a way, in essence, it's a 2DS emulator, you know, which is fine. You get through most games with it. So yeah, like it took so long for like Ace Attorney 5 to come out, but then when it did come out, it was digital download and it sold exceptionally well, you know. And now they're the case of like, now that they have their creative director back, they know who they want involved in the project, and once he's happy to bring out a game, they just start on it again. Hence why like you've had Ace Attorney 6, but you've also had like one or two other projects in between that are just Japan only. So you're pleasing both sides. You're releasing to markets that you know will just get it, and then for the wider market, for the Western audience, to go, okay, well here's your new Ace Attorney game and have fun with it. And it's perfect. You've pleased both sides. It's refreshing to see a game company get their shit together and know what to do, as opposed to like keep bonking the head off this thing until it works, you know?
Yeah. Now, one thing I will say is, especially for me, as a Devil May Cry fan, is I wish they would port more of the extended canon to English.
Yeah.
So like the audio CDs and all of the most recent books and manga are Japanese only, and it takes me fucking ages to translate them because I do not speak Japanese.
yeah, I get that.
You can find a lot of fans translations, so like the divinitystatue.com, but they tend to be like low quality fan translations.
Sure, yeah, I can get that. That was a shame. Again, going back to the same thing about Ace Attorney, it was such a shame that the movie didn't get an English like adaptation. But like, to be fair, like an Ace Attorney movie would not have resonated anyway, so it made sense. It was just Japanese only. And it kind of, in a way, like it was actually better.
You get away with it.
Yeah, no, the movie was better as a result. That's it. Like that's exactly it. Because like you can see like the actual characterization they would have had for the Japanese variant of the characters came true. Like Phoenix was such a bumbling idiot, whereas in like
I like how you're just like go away, talking, shotgun, get away.
Disperse.
Sorry, every now and then we just have to draw reference to what's on screen when it's so batshit Devil May Cry. I mean, this is perfect. That is the use for the shotgun, but you're not comboing into like you're using it for crowd control, but you refuse to actually hit them. So it's just really comedic.
You just imagine Dante just whistling.
Get in the hole. Just whistles while he works.
Yes. Imagine you just even having a musical number doing this, like it's a new day. I want to see someone
put. You have to make an AMV now from this.
No.
Oh, look at you fighting the hidden stars.
To be fair, it wasn't really hidden. You could see this like shiny thing, shiny object in your foreground. Look over here. Click. Hello. Woohoo.
Yeah. And
that was hidden.
At least they're shinies. At least they're not floating objects.
That's a very good point.
Nothing like that bricks immersion for me. I think shiny is one of the better ways to do it.
Yes. Again, it's always been the case. Like this game is not trying to hide anything from you at all. It really isn't. It's like it's encouraging you to find shit.
Oh yeah, and like the things that are hidden are always rewards.
Yes.
Which is beautiful. It's like if it rewards you for going, is he going to check it? He did. Is he going to jump on top of that spear in the first level? He did, and that will give him just enough orbs so that he can open the door without having to run around it like an asshole.
500 points.
Mission clear.
Mission indeed. Clear.
D. The D stands for devil.
Really? I didn't get that. I didn't get that at all.
No, it stands for dismal, but he needs the encouragement.
You don't whisper into the microphone.
You didn't hear that.
That's not how this works, dude. Asshole.
You didn't hear anything.
I heard everything.
We heard that. Oh my god, how did you hear me? You have like super hearing.
Yes, it's what happens when you whisper into the microphone, pet.
What?
Yeah.
Stop breaking the illusion that we're sitting next to each other.
We're sitting next to each other even though the audio quality is drastically different between the two of us.
That's very true.
Adam has a sore
That's
throat.
only because I'm too poor to afford a setup.
Adam has a sore throat, so he's going to sound like he's in 360p as opposed to HD.
Adam is actually from the past.
Yes.
I'm playing this. I'm reacting to this game in real time as it's launched.
That's it. Adam, how are you feeling? Yeah, I'm good. I just have a bit of pixelitis. Oh, okay, good. Look after yourself, mate.
It's fine. As long as I don't cut out too much, I'm all right. To be fair, with the Shidown drinking, I would sound like that pretty soon.
Yeah, exactly. If we just like go through the next like 2 hours, you're just here. So Adam, what do you think of this game? I love it. It's beautiful. Love this game.
You're on your tits, mate. It's a terrible game. I fucking hate it. The worst one in the series. Give me the reboot any day.
Well, indeed, at some point we will be playing the reboot.
I'll not be involved. I played through it once. That was way more than enough was necessary.
Yeah.
That fucking terrible Devil May Cry game.
That's
a complicated
made
Ninja Theory game, but it's really bad as the Devil May Cry game.
That was about what I was about to say. Like, it didn't feel like, even from what I've seen off the game, like they had this kind of like weird like story-driven part of it. It's like this feels way off, you know, from what I know of the Devil May Cry series.
They almost got everything exactly wrong. So in every game of the series, up to a point, there is a point where a devil cries, and spoilers here for this. These tears are a human trait. You can only cry if you have the heart of a human.
Yeah.
Or the soul of a human. In DMC Devil May Cry, the only devil that actually cries is Lilith. And that's because our hero, 360 no-scope, aborted her baby.
Oh.
Literally shot her fetus with a sniper rifle. So she started bawling her eyes out. It's like she is the most sympathetic character, and she is the evil villain. It's like you're meant to... I somehow feel a kinship with these two asshole characters, which really does not settle. You know, Dante in this, he's cheesy, he's rude, he's abusive. Well, not abusive, he's crass. Yes. And he is really, really cheesy. He's trying so hard. But the fact that he's so lame actually makes him cool.
That's
the other guy genuinely thinks he's cool, which pisses me off no end.
There's a whole characterization of it too. It's the fact that like you're there looking and go like, oh look, he's an alcoholic and he lives in the trailer. Hilarious. That's good for you.
Whereas Dante is like he's addicted to strawberry sundaes and pizza. It's like he's such a fucking jackass, but he's great. Yeah. he is bar none the strongest being in this multiverse.
Yes.
And yet he is so fucking laid back. He can't pay his bills. He's the greatest character ever. Because this Dante is genuinely relatable. He's the kind of guy you'd want to like be friends with. He's a lovable fuck up.
Lovable fuck up who is actually genuinely good at what he does too. Let's be clear.
Oh yeah. Like everything.
really disappointed
His
wasn't
entire
Delta noise
poverty
when I
is a
found this
comedy of errors.
Yeah,
It was
that's
great.
it.
Just start smashing the pots, Link.
Yeah. To be fair, I was expecting like a chicken that just come out and fucking headbutt me. He's just like, fuck off!
Well, no, you're gonna fight the chicken soon, though.
Oh yes, I know. For the mandatory third time.
Yeah, but that's the one where Dante befriends him to a point. He gains his respect and vows to beat Mundus for killing his servant.
Indeed.
Spoilers,
a very good scene.
I may have played this game before.
Yes.
This is the part.
Spoiler for tomorrow's video, by the way.
Come on, everyone loves Griffin.
Yeah, I like Griffin. He's very beatable.
Oof. Freezing.
Right. Deploy the holy water.
I'm very... I know that I'm trying to curate how you come into this series, to a degree. And I'm like, every time you mention something, I'm like, oh, I have to give him the source material to understand this. But at the same time, I'm like, no, he has to get there in his own time. So
Yeah,
you have no idea why I love Griffin so much, but Griffin it appears in the extended universe.
Yeah, this is it. Like, yeah, I can only see one aspect of him. So yeah.
You're only seeing aspects of the first, which is the most video game.
Yeah.
So it's like even Dante in this is not acting like Dante acts. He's acting like a video game hero.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is great.
Now,
this is beautiful.
Now this is the part I hate. This is the part I hate.
And get out of the fire.
Yes.
Goodbye. Now you're back in the fire. But platforming in a Devil May Cry game is more likely than you think.
Fucking wall jumping in a Devil May Cry game, or like, Jesus, wet. This is awful. This is genuinely terrible.
Well, the problem is you don't have the double jump bot.
This is yeah. But again, like the thing is, like when you're playing the way like I am, you genuinely just don't think you'll never need it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it seems like that just costs way too much. I just don't see the benefit of it.
It's very necessary. Oh, jump cut. No pun intended.
There was a lot of attempts cut out in this, so I think I was there for about 20 minutes trying to make that jump. Yeah.
Something
you'll see it at the end of the level, but yeah, about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So.
And did you bother doing the other side?
No, I didn't. That was the thing. Like I at the time I was thinking like I didn't realize there was an alternate path. So, but I just thought like, well, fuck, I'm here anyway. I might as well just try and make this work. And lo and behold, 20 minutes. And now this is me thumbnail hunting. Bear with.
Very nice.
This should work.
Who do you wasting your devil trigger?
Well, he's just on fire for a while. It's cool. It's fine.
That is pretty nice looking. Good job.
Thank you. Hopefully it works.
Wait for Dante to do his foot tap.
Yep. And then immediately walk into a spike. Classic.
Oh, that's beautiful, man.
Yeah.